Shot clock. Yeah. And how many do you have? Even guaranteed translate mind. She goes, oh, you get like extension of fragrance. Oh yeah, you get them straight back and you do it. What's the back? Sorry. Should be like one every 3 frames. Don't get involved, mate. If you don't need them, it doesn't matter. Well, they won't matter. Who's paid in for it? Who's not taking? Who's paid in for it?
Good evening and welcome back. This is winner's side round 1 match, and it's between Craig Lakin and Shane Thompson, two very contrasting styles. Could be a really interesting match this. Lakin won the lag, and as you saw, he's put the black off the break, so quick re-rack and we'll go again. Pleasure to welcome Chris Melling back into the commentary. I'm looking forward to this game, Chris.
Yeah, really close match. It's a tough one to call this. Both Craig and Shane class players, and the way Craig played in his last match, he steamrolled his opponent.
Yeah. As I say, if he's fizzing, he's a difficult player to keep a hold of. They have played before a number of times. They've had a money match between them. A little bit of controversy in that one, but Shane did come through the victor. I think it was 25-24. I've got a feeling that Craig got to something like 23-21 and went to shake hands with Shane, and for everything he thought he'd won the match, but they had actually agreed to play to 25, so all the phones had to come out and they had to look at the posters to see what had been agreed between them, and 25 it was, and it must have put Craig right off because Shane came back and won 25-24.
Yeah, he's played a nice little shot there as Craig. Needs to pot this red if it goes and develop the black. Needs to be careful he doesn't snooker himself though here. And he swung his arm at that one.
Yeah, he did.
Well, at first glance, I don't think he's left anything easy.
That's the only thing with Craig, with his style, he will give chances.
Yeah, there's ways and means to play a shot when you're cannoning a ball out. Always try to give yourself the option of landing on 2 or 3 other balls. The way he played that shot, he was kind of hitting and hoping where the 8 ball was going to land.
He's had a bit of a result, as you say. It's
and I think
Shane's
had a little bit of a result there, but he can pot the red off the cushion, off the red. Need to play this slowly with a lot of drag. Not an easy shot.
Yeah, to make it easier, I guess you want the red just a little bit further away from the cushion, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it just needs to hit the red, basically, halfway between the line and where the red is.
Yeah.
And it should go in off, but he needs to play it slow. The harder he plays it, the less chance he has of making the shot. This isn't a bad shot, what he's thinking of, though. Play it with a touch of spin. And try and put the cue ball in behind the red at the top end of the table. Great shot. As he potted the white.
He's lost the white.
He was thinking too much about
Yeah.
what could go wrong. And when you think too much about what can go wrong, it normally does. Very unfortunate, though. He played a great shot.
A little shake of his head. So we get the first real look at Shane Thompson.
Yeah, and Shane will be delighted with this opportunity. First frame, 2 visits. You can't see him missing from here. Great cueist this Shane. Lovely cue action.
Yeah, coming from someone with your cue action, that's high praise indeed.
Yeah, it's nice and flowing.
It is, yeah, I've always said he's got a lovely cue action.
His Shane's. You never really see him twitch a ball. It's more of a misjudgment or a miss. It's never really a twitch. And when you do have a cue action like his, it's certainly a big advantage.
Yeah, it just makes all the shots that much more repeatable, doesn't it?
Well, what it does, it makes it effortless as well, because you can manoeuvre the cue ball very easy.
2 relatively young players. I mean, have a quick look at their profiles. Shane Thompson, nicknamed Timpson, he's 28 years old. He plays with Jason OMQ. He's got listed 2 World Team Championships. He can add another one to that because he was part of the England team that won again week before last.
And there we see the first frame going to Shane Thompson, and it'll be Shane to break in the next rack. If he can hold his serve, that'll be putting the pressure straight onto Craig.
He started playing when he was 12 years old. His dad owned a pub and he was always in there playing. He loved playing, and 16 years later he still really enjoys the game. His greatest influence was his dad, also Ben Flack, who started him off, talked him into playing on the tours. Shane, a regular down in the Southwest pool tours and the local events around the area. He always does well on the pool tour, and that's pretty hotly contested. Players like Greg Batten, Mike King, Oli Bell always features. Darren McVicker, Jez Graham, so it's Max Nosko, they're all strong players around that area.
Yeah, Ben Flack, I don't know if he still plays anymore, but he was a very, very good player.
Yeah, Ben still plays. I think he's just having a little bit of time out of the game, but I'm pretty sure he's still pretty active.
Just watch this break from Shane, he does it them good. Look at this for a break. How do you like them, Shane?
Lovely little nudge as well at the end, wasn't it? Just to...
One bad red, that's it. And I think he can get on it very early. Lost the cue ball a little bit, didn't control it as well as he would have liked. But still, he made a ball on the break, which is the most important thing. See, for me now, Shane has to play for the ball on the cushion after this shot. Play the ball in the centre pocket, and he'll be perfect on the one up the rail. That in turn will leave the other 2, and he's not playing it. Not a bad option to play this either. I'd definitely be trying to get the ball in the middle to play the one up the cushion, and then it's kind of dot to dot for the other one in the corner pocket. It's simple going from there, but the longer he leaves that one on the left-hand side cushion, the harder it's going to be. And you can see him playing straight away for it. Nice little angle so the cue ball doesn't stick to the side rail. Looks confident, Nick. Looks very confident.
It does, yeah, yeah.
Wow, how has that dropped in?
I know.
I cannot believe that's just dropped in.
It's incredible. He's,
Only the pace of the shot made that ball drop.
yeah.
Obviously the brand new cloth, playing on the, is it the 6811? Strachan?
Strachan 10.
Strachan number 10, is it?
Yeah,
The snooker cloth.
that's right, yeah.
Needs to be a little bit careful here. He's not played the best shot there. He's going to have to go up and down, but he needs to make sure he lands on the left-hand side of the table. Roughly where the cue ball is, but on the opposite side of the table.
Yeah.
That's okay. Maybe able to stun the cue ball over, or top spin it with left-hand spin. I think I prefer to stun it over, because on this new equipment, it doesn't bounce as good off the cushion. That's a good shot there.
Cued it really nicely. So, Shane flying at the blocks, and he's off to a 2-0 lead. His opponent is Craig Lakin, money making. He's the nickname, 27 years old.
Change referee, lads.
He was Bapto champion 2013, 2014, 2014, 2015 IPA amateur event winner, 2016 Players Amateur champion, and EPA Challenge Tour winner in 2018. I think he won, in fact, I think it was the first Challenge Tour that he entered on the EPA earlier this year. He said he was in pubs a lot when he was a youngster and he just started playing pool. Ronnie O'Sullivan's his favourite player. If you know Craig on social media, you know he's a big fan of Ronnie. He said his favourite pool player is himself, and he'd like to become world champion. That's his ultimate goal.
Yeah, it looks like Seb Webb's in for a tough one here, Nick. He's 7-all with Dean Richardson.
Yeah.
Carl Morris winning 8-5 against Neil Rayborn. Clint Jansen, like I mentioned in the last match, against Martin Hazel. Martin's winning 7-6.
Yeah.
Knew it was a tough one between them both.
And Carl O'Donoghue, I think he was 6-5 down. He's put 3 together and he's now 8-6 up against Brian Halcrow. That game has been going on for a little while.
Frame 3, Craig to break, trailing 2 frames to 0. Time running.
And Craig needs to control this break. His cue ball was going towards the top left corner pocket last time. This time it's gone towards the top right, but he's making balls for fun. Look at the reds. Wow. Look at the reds there.
Incredible.
This is what you call ABC, this clearance. And again, for me, he's played the wrong shot straight away. He's got to get the red on the left-hand side of the table. Gets rid of the red on the left-hand side table. It's so easy for him to get down for the 8-ball. There you see. Left himself in an awkward position now. Now he's out of position. He's only got one shot here, and that's a double. He's got to play it slow with a lot of screw back, and I don't know if he can reach it, to be honest. And all that's come from not playing for the red into the top left-hand corner after the first shot. Oh, this is close. This is close. Ooh, good effort from Craig, but we're disappointed there. You expect Craig to get them. Straight away you see Steve here. Sorry, Shane. Steve. Where did Steve come from? Shane is going to play for the yellow on the top cushion. That's his hardest ball on the table, and as soon as he removes that, it's plain sailing. It does help that Craig has only got one red left on the table. He certainly had a glorious chance there, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to take them against Shane, because Shane is pretty clinical. He has been so far. He had a hard time in the first event. Played a very close first round match against Jason Shaw in the first round, which a lot of people fancied him for, because obviously Jason coming back into the game, people didn't really know what to expect. But, he's looks very much better prepared for this one. He's probably up for it. Craig can't give him chances.
Well, the thing is, Nick, with somebody like Jason Shaw, in my opinion, he's never second favourite against anyone, regardless how often he's been off the table or for how long.
Yeah, yeah.
He's such a class act. And if he fires, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. I'll admit, I didn't know what to expect. You know, him being away from the game for so long, I didn't know what to expect. But when I saw him playing here, he was sublime. I mean, he was just...
Well, I actually said to a couple of people, I said to Stefan and Arfan, I said, I fancy Darren and Jason just because of the price.
Yeah.
It was both 2-1, and I just thought, how on earth can both them be 2-1?
Yeah.
You know, regardless how long they've had off the table.
Yeah.
He's making hard work of these, is Shane. He's going around the houses a little bit, let's say, but I'm sure he'll get away. Let's look at that lovely cue action.
It's just smooth, isn't it? I mean, he's got a lovely pulse.
Perfect on the yellow as well. Couldn't have picked the cue ball up and put it any better.
I must give a quick mention to a friend of mine who sent us a message earlier on saying, I thought it was I'll read it for you. It was a brilliant little message. It says, he's got Farnsworth versus Melling on the TV and Shaw versus Appleton on the phone. And that, I had to tell him that he's watching event 1, not event 2.
Yeah, you can turn that Farnsworth one off against me. Try to forget that one.
Yeah.
He played really well, did Mark, against me in that match.
Yeah.
Struggled today, though. You know, by his own admission, he said that he struggled with the cloth and what have you. But it is a new cloth from what we played the first event on. First event was played on Hainsworth match cloth.
No, it was this one.
Was
it
it
the
this?
same one? Yeah, Strachan 10. Yeah, yeah, exactly the same cloth.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
So what it is I mean, Lee has tried to develop his own cloth and own identity, but they've had some trouble at Mill, and they couldn't get the cloth out. They had some problems with it, so they reverted to this Strachan. I think Lee has pretty much finalised what he wants to use. I'm sure we'll talk about it at some point over this weekend.
I do like the cloth, I must say. The only thing I would suggest is it needs to be thinner.
Yeah.
Simply because this is snooker cloth.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously snooker is using heavier balls, so with this the reaction on the cue ball is so easy, it's untrue.
I think for a one-off event, it's probably not a bad cloth. If it stayed on the table for a long time, it would probably, probably disintegrate fairly quickly.
Yeah, and Shane's got absolute rollings again. Once again, needs to take him the correct order.
Yeah, all about
The correct
pattern.
order for me is the yellow in the right hand centre pocket, the yellow over the top corner, yellow in the middle left pocket, and then it's stun, stun, stun from there on.
Yeah.
He's going for the other one. A little bit surprised here, this could go wrong. And it has.
Yeah.
If he plays the one in the middle, he's home sailing. Now he's got a little bit of work to do here as Shane. I think he's got to play it in the bottom right hand corner, the yellow that he actually played for. Because otherwise it's going to be so difficult for him to get on it. Nope.
No.
He may have got away with it there. Not quite sure at first glance. Just looking to see if he can get to the red on the left hand side of the table, and I'm not sure he can. He's been very fortunate there. And can he get to it? He can.
So just to let you know, there are currently 4 games being live streamed. The one you see in front of you, Craig Lakin versus Shane Thompson. We have Seb Webb versus Dean Richardson, Brian Halcrow versus Carl O'Donoghue, and Arfan Dad versus Declan Brennan. If you are, well, you obviously are on YouTube watching us, so please do hit the subscribe button and you'll get the notifications when we go live. Craig's just not looking like he's at the races at the moment, is he?
Yeah, I think he missed a trick there as well. He could have played the red off the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner, which would have freed the bottom red into the same pocket. It looks like he's lost a little bit of confidence to me. But he's one of them players, is Craig. He can turn it on and he can certainly put 3, 4, 5 racks on you in a breath. Just like to give a little shout out to Phelan McLafferty. I do remember you from Lakin, my old pal. Hope you're doing well. Good shot there from Shane.
Yep.
Had to play that with a lot of left-hand spin.
Used all of the bag as well, didn't he? Got it in off the far knuckle.
I think we'll see Shane just spin this in with a little bit of top right-hand spin to bring the cue ball away for the black in the centre pocket. And the key, once again, is to overhit this shot. Do not underhit the shot, whatever you do. Perfect.
Great shot. So Seb Webb against Dean Richardson, locked up at 8 apiece. Alex Bailey is 9-3 up against Phil Malam. Stefan Rossidi back in action now against Ben Rowland. He's currently trailing Ben 1-0. That one just recently started. Another game that's just started, Jack Whelan against Liam Dunster.
Yeah, tough one to call, that. Really tough one to call between Stefan and Ben. Both young, up-and-coming players, very good.
Arfan Dad is playing Declan Brennan. That's another interesting matchup.
Yeah, I fancy Arfan there. I'm not just saying that obviously because he's from my hometown, but he's. I think he might have a little bit too much firepower for Declan. 3-0 to Arfan.
Yeah, 3-0 up. John McAllister, who breezed through his round 1 match, is playing Richard Combe. He's currently 1-0. And Tom Cousins is back in action against Harjeet Singh.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Harjeet won't give him an easy ride. Harjeet travelled up, comes from the Bristol area, out of the Singh family, Partab and Harjeet. don't think Partab's here this weekend.
No, Partab give his spot up, I think, to his son.
Yeah.
He's playing on the seniors tour. I think it's a little bit easier. I think Mr. Brewer might have something to say about that, though.
Mick Hill's back in action now. He was he's playing Ryan Clark. He was 1-10 favourite.
That's no easy game. Ryan's a very good player.
Yeah.
Very good player. If it's a Ryan I'm thinking of from South Shields.
I think it is, yeah. Yeah, Mick, as I say, Mick was 1-10, Ryan was 5-1, so...
Again, needs to control the break. Very good break there. Notice how the cue ball went straight up the middle of the table.
Yeah.
And if Craig is to have any chance in this match, he has to take these. Got to go yellows. Got to go yellows. And these are as easy as you're going to get them. Pot the one in the middle, run the cue ball straight down the table for the option of 2 yellows in the left-hand corner. Always giving yourself options. Where's he going with this one? He's got to pot the one in the middle now.
Yeah, he's overhit that by...
He's losing the cue ball a lot, that's the problem. He's no reason to power these balls in. The table's very responsive.
Yeah. And you can see a stark difference between the way he's cueing the ball and the way Shane's been cueing it. Shane, much more controlled, letting the cue ball do the work.
Yeah, you don't see Shane hit the ball hard.
No.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah, he's gone a slightly different way about it, but
as long as he gets the job
effective.
done.
Yeah.
For me, he needs to slow down a little bit. I mean, I play quick, but not this quick.
Yeah, no, he's...
Look at the cue ball. Where's he going?
That's amazing. Goodness me. But to be fair, whenever I've seen Lakin play at his best, this is the pace he plays at. I think he's actually trying to speed up to try and get himself going, to try and G himself up. Well, I think you're probably right. He needs to slow down, but that's not...
That's the worst shot you'll ever see.
Yeah.
That's the worst shot you'll see this week.
He's got...
I have to be honest, I can't mix my words.
He's got a field.
That is unforgivable.
He's got a field to play into, isn't he? I mean,
well, he could play into the car park and he's still going to be on the 8 ball. What's he looking at here? Can he treble it? There's a chance of a treble here on the 8 ball.
Yeah.
I know what I'd be doing, but I don't think he's going to look at it. I'd be going straight off the side cushion and potting the 8 in the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
Or trying to play that shot.
One rail, yeah.
He's going for the treble here. This could go in off the red as well. Hold on to your hats. Called it. Called it. I had a funny feeling that was going to happen.
Well, there's no pictures on the scorecard, and he is now on the scorecard. And he's
well, he's certainly not played it, that's for sure. He's played for the treble. But there was a chance of that happening. You've gone from seeing one of the worst shots you'll ever see to seeing one of the best shots you'll ever see in 10 seconds. But he certainly needs to slow down. He's playing way too quick.
Carlo Donahue now on the hill against Brian Halcrow. Alex Bailey on the hill against Phil Malam, 10-3. Ronan McCarthy, who was pretty locked together. I think he was about 3-2 down, 4-3 down. And he's stretching his legs now, and he's 8-4 up against Jordan Templeton. Ben Rowlands won the next frame, and he's 2-1 up against Stefan Rossidi. Jack Whelan against Liam Dunster. I've got to say, I mean, Liam is he's the informed player, but Jack is equally an informed player at the moment. He just seems to have come out of his shell in the last few months.
But it's one of the matches, Nick. You've got to back the second favourite.
Absolutely, and I said that beforehand. I think Jack was 6-4.
He was.
Yeah.
He was a great
I mean,
price.
that's a huge price.
If Liam had been 6-4, Liam would be a great price. You know, it's one of them.
Yep.
But Clint Ianson against Martin Hazel, 8-6. They've been playing a while.
They have been playing a while. Yeah, we started talking about that one.
Carl Morris and Rayborn, they don't mind taking the time.
No.
Sure, Carl has had a little whinge up in the match. He likes a little moan, does Carl?
Oh, doesn't he ever? I expect his chalk's been on the floor.
Frame 6, Shane to break, leading 4 frames to 1. Time running.
Harjeet Singh's won the first frame against Tom Cousins.
Yeah, just had a nice little smile there from Craig Lakin. He looked over. The cue balls. Oh, I thought the cue ball was going to go in there, but he's had a dry break.
He's gone dry yet, so
it's amazing how this game can change.
really, yeah. I mean, and Craig is a confidence player, and as much as it's difficult to take a lot of confidence out of how he played that last frame, he just needs to just get some momentum now. He is the kind of player that could just string together 4 or 5 frames in 10 minutes.
He's been a little bit unlucky there, though. He's played a good plant, and the yellow sat on top of the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it goes in the middle, the top one of the two, but... Oh, that's a great shot, that is, by Craig. Fantastic shot there. Still needs a couple more of them. Needs to weave his way through these 4 reds. I think if he plays it plain ball with a bit of topspin, he can avoid both reds. He's not going to play it, is he? He's feeling confident. Oh, he's overrun it. He's overrun it. Left the double. Got to play the double now. He's no option. Needs to play at a nice pace, stunning to the red. Oh, he's missed it by a long way there. It's gone wide. You see him throwing his hands in the air. He didn't expect it to go that wide, but again on this new cloth, new cushions, this is what happens. It goes at different angles. He's left Shane straight in on the red in the centre pocket. If you notice the difference between both players, Shane's very compact, his cue ball doesn't do a lot of moving. Whereas if you look at Craig, he likes to move that cue ball around the table and punch the balls in. Contrasting styles, but there's only one style that's working at the minute. I'm not sure what Shane's looking at here. He needs to play the red in the top right hand corner. Little bit of right hand spin. Then play the red in the side middle. Red in the left middle and black into the top corner. Just needs to make sure he lands straight on the red in the middle here. A little bit too much, but shouldn't bother him too much. Just got to keep still, make sure you hit the middle of the white on this shot. Don't want to put any unintentional side on the cue ball. But he's not going to get as close to the 8 ball as he wanted to be. Well, that was a confident shot.
Wasn't it ever?
Really confident. It looks like Shane's going to take a lead of 5-1. You can't really see him missing this one.
Yep, just needs to keep his head down. Trust the cue action.
Oh,
wow.
But why has he rolled it? Why not stun the ball in?
Yeah.
Because he's just left him on the yellow. That was his hardest yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, that can definitely change a match, that can. Oh, he's played a poor shot there, though. Still expect him to run out. Such a good shot maker. There you see him bash the ball straight into the back of the pocket. And this is going to hurt Shane. I see Shane shaking his head.
Yep. 4 frames to 2.
Big difference, that.
It is, yeah.
Could have been a 4-frame difference, now it's 2. Just give you an update on a few scores. Harjeet Singh is beating Tom Cousins 2-0. John McAllister is beating Richard Conn 1-0. Arfan Dad 3-1 up against Declan Brennan. Gaz Royds 2-0 against Kevin George. Ryan Pisani and Sam Mills is 2-2. Jack Whelan is 2-0 up against Liam Dunster. Stefan Rasidi Ben Rowland 2-2. Roland McCarthy and Jordan Templeton 8-5. Alex Bailey's beating Phil Mallam 10-4. Clint Jansen is losing 7-9 to Martin Hazel. Carl Morris is 9-6 up on Neil Rayborn, and Seb Webb is losing 10-9 to Dean Richardson.
Dean Richardson on the hill, and the winner of that game will play Darren McVicker in the next round. Darren won his first game 11-10. Could be a very attacking game. Darren said he was absolutely buzzing during that game. I think he had about 8 breaking dishes. I'm not quite sure how he had 8 in a game that only had 12 breaks in it, but there you go. I guess he meant he had a couple of reverse dishes as well. But I just caught Carl Morris in the toilet, and he just won that last frame against Neil Rayburn. Felt he was in control of the game. Feeling pretty happy with life.
Another very good break there. Controlled the cue ball well, but he's been unlucky there, you know. He's been very unlucky not to have an easier shot to start with. He can chop the red in the centre pocket, but the cue ball's flying straight into the red, and you know what can happen. Oh, is it a plant on the yellows?
I think it does just go. It's got, yeah. Oh,
that's poor.
Yeah.
That's poor.
It was one of them. He only probably had the left hand side of the pocket to play for, and he's overdone it. See in the background is that is, I think that's James Humphrey Jenks. I might be mistaken.
Just feel that he's rushing a little bit for me, Nick.
Yeah.
He's getting himself in winning positions and good positions, and just playing a silly shot. And against the top quality players, you're not going to get away with it.
I see that's Jenks. I'm not sure it is. I'm not even sure he's in this event.
It was, yeah.
It was him, was it? So Dean Richardson beat Seb Webb 11-9. So Seb Webb goes across into the loser's side, where already that's stacking up. There's a lot of big names in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of big names in that losers section.
Yeah.
Who have we got in there so far? Seb.
Sheppy's in there.
Sheppy.
Farnsworth's in there.
Farnsworth. A whole load of other good young players.
Yeah, Sam Birch's across there.
Gillespie.
Yeah, Scott Gillespie. Max Nosko. I think Max Nosko's got Mark Farnsworth. So in his first round match, he gets Liam Dunster. And then he gets Mark Farnsworth on the loser's side.
Yeah, that's a bit of an unlucky draw.
Oli Bell's in there. Phil Naylor. Paul Riley, of course, after getting beaten by Tom Cousins. Mike King, after getting beaten by Mick Hill. Rich Toomey is across there.
Yeah, Richard's another great player.
They're lining up and waiting. Dan Davey, who sat watching this game, just across the other side of the arena. He got beaten by Gareth Higgins.
We've also got, what's his name, who Phil Harrison beat
Yeah.
from Manchester. I can't think of his name.
Matt
Matt
Brearley.
Matt Brearley,
He
yeah.
sat over there.
Another great player.
Yeah. Yeah, he sat watching this game with interest. He loves his pool. Always, when he's not playing, he's normally sat at the side watching.
Yeah, I think he used to practice with a guy called Steve Monroe, I believe. Former semi-finalist of the World Championships.
Sean Story, Liam White. Liam White, a local to this club.
Yeah, Liam and Sean, both very good players.
Josh Kane. That's going to be another tough draw for somebody. Neil Wren. Yeah. Craig Marsh, of course. We forgot Craig Marsh is in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, that losers section could be the winner's side very easy.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many great players in there.
Ben Davis was nearly in there, but I think he was 10-6 down against Ben 40. I might be wrong. 10-6 or 10-7.
Yeah, I believe he came back and won 11-10.
Yeah, some comeback.
He won me a few quid.
Any interest in this round?
Yeah, I've had a fourfold. I actually can't remember half the players. I know I've put in Arfan Dad.
Yeah.
Who's currently 4-1 up. And I'm not sure about the others. I think, no, I've done a treble, I think it was. But I can't remember the other players off the top of my head.
I've taken just a very small fourfold. Shane Thompson, Greg Batten.
I don't think it's any of the players other than Arfan that I've gone for so far.
I only went for Greg because, I mean, again, he's odds against Adam Davis, and Greg's a great player. He was sat here just a second ago.
Yeah, he's very good, he's Greg.
Yeah, he's gone away to play that game. Scraped through earlier, so I think he'll have gone home and back to his hotel room and had a bit of a rest. So we shall see. So ref just having to mark the other ball as well, just to be able to get the rack off.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he's a very good ref, is this guy.
Yeah, George, yeah.
Seen him ref before. He's been a long time involved with pool, especially around these parts in Stoke.
Harjeet Singh is 3-0 up against Tom Cousins.
Doesn't surprise me.
No.
Very, very, very good player. And you've got to remember, we're playing pool here, and it's not necessarily a game where the best player always wins, because there is a lot of luck involved.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play so many matches, and if you don't pot a ball on the break, sooner or later you're going to come up against a good player and he'll just destroy you.
And without pictures, who knows what's happened? That could be, 2 break dishes from Harjeet and an in-off from Tom, couldn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Tom may not have had a shot.
Could be that simple. Ryan Clark and Mick Hill have shared the first 2 frames. They're one apiece.
I remember years ago playing, 3 years ago, playing Jason Shaw in Las Vegas in a bar table 9-ball event. It was a race to 9. Oh, that's lucky there. He's never played that, surely.
No, I can't believe he has.
Yeah, it was a race to 9, and I broke and ran the first 6. Broke dry, and that was the last shot I had. Jason ran 9 on me. And I just got up, shook the guy's hand, and I thought, well, what can he do?
Yeah.
I've done it enough times to people, so it's bound to happen to you sometimes.
Can that be, when things aren't quite going your way, can that be, the winner breaks format in 9-ball when someone's running 8 and 9 packs against you? I mean, you've literally, you've flown all the way to the States, you've got off the plane, turned up in wherever, Vegas or whatever it is for an event, and got your cue out and sat in the chair when someone's run a 9-pack against you and packed your cue back up and got on a plane and come.
I've had it quite a few times, believe it or not.
Is that a little bit?
Yeah, I've had it quite a few times.
What am I doing?
Nothing you can do, and that's why it's so hard to take sometimes. There is a lot of luck involved in this game.
You said, I mean, you mentioned earlier you've 32 flights this year. Do you does it ever get a bit sort of tiring and tedious, or do you just still have a real hunger for it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like any other job. You do get bored of it, you know.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you're thinking, well, do I have to do it? You know. And
Yeah.
oh, he's under it, this one.
He definitely has.
He's really under it, this. I think he's going to be okay, but he's got a couple of problems to avoid. One of them being the red over the left-hand middle and the red over the right-hand middle.
Anywhere.
For me, he's got to screw into the red over the right-hand middle here.
Yeah. Anyway,
Double kiss a cue ball.
Nearer the blue spot, and this would have been an absolute formality.
Yeah, that's poor shot, is that, from Shane. Got to be careful he doesn't chip this red into the corner or pot the cue ball and the red in the other middle. And that's why he's missed it, because he's had to play it so thin. Not the worst result.
No. Yeah, definitely got a second prize.
Half and Dad's 6-1 up. It was just 3-1 up 5 minutes ago. He must be going on one. As we like to say in the pool world.
Declan Brennan has a big money match coming up soon against Seb Webb.
Yeah, that's, I think, 60,000, is it?
Yeah, it's going to be a test for him. I mean, it's currently billed at 30,000, but I think it'll go off closer to 60. I guess for quite a lot of the English people, he's a little bit of an unknown quantity. I think he's come from a snooker background. I might be mistaken. I don't know too much about Declan. The Irish have a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that shot what Craig's just played there. Yeah. I know he's played a good shot snookering him, but if Shane rolls up to this red, what's he got?
Yeah.
You know, and he's left Shane a chance of potting this red, this yellow, sorry. Not an easy shot by any means, but it's a chance. If I would have been Craig, I would have been trying to get on the red on the right-hand side of the table near the centre pocket and push it past the yellow. Then in turn, tie the game completely up and you've won it. He's half a chance as Shane here. Even if he hits it, it's a good result. Well, this will be a good shot. He's got to be careful the cue ball doesn't go in.
Foul, 2 visits.
Well, I know he's given 2 visits, but
he's not giving much away, has he?
He's not. Well, he's not. He's giving him a chance of potting the ball in the side pocket.
Didn't realise he could just quite get through to that, but obviously it was a bit tight. You can see.
He needs to pot this red and play the red past the yellow over the corner, and just tie the game up.
Craig just showing a bit of frustration there.
And if he doesn't land on this good, well, he's okay. He needs to slow down though. Look how quick he's playing. And that's a poor shot there. I mean, it was a good pot, but position. He lost the cue ball. Oh, that's a good shot there. That's a really good shot there. Did well to get to the right side of the red.
You can see him actively trying to speed his game up, just trying to find his rhythm. He knows he... Oh, there he's done it again.
But look at the shot he's played. He's no reason to be hitting the ball as hard as he's hitting it.
No.
It's still a relatively easy shot.
Yeah, he's made it.
He's such a good player to watch, is Craig, but he definitely needs to slow down. He's probably cost him 3 games here.
Yeah. Yannick Beaufils is in action against Andy Barber.
That's one of the guys I've got.
Oh, Andy. What? Andy.
Yannick.
Oh, Yannick. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
I think that's a good bet in this.
I've got
one.
Yannick, Arfan, and I've got another guy, but I can't think who it is. No, it's gone out of my head. I just can't think who it is who he's playing. I don't think he's playing at the moment, so may not have started.
Other games still to come. Lee Clough, Craig Brown, Daniel Bishop, Jason Shaw, Toby Bolt, Gareth Higgins, Ben Mackey, John Rowe, Carl Harrigan.
I think I've
Rob
gone
Chilton.
for Jordan Church. I might be wrong. I can't remember.
Frame 9, Craig to break. Trailing 5 frames to 3.
Harjeet Singh 4-0 up on Tom Cousins. And another good break there by Craig. Cue ball going dead centre down the table. Wow, which ones do you want? I feel he's going to go yellows.
Yellow balls nominated. Yellow balls in play.
And this rack may take about 40 seconds.
Well, of course, one we didn't mention that's just started is Carl Sutton against Craig Waddingham. That'll be a great game. I'm not sure if that's on. That is actually on one of the stream tables. It's across on our other commentary table, on table number 11. So if you're on YouTube, it'll be on the Beer Productions channel. Please do subscribe to it while you're there. There'll be that game just getting underway. I think that'll be a great game.
And we've got a match back on our hands. I don't understand why the referees left the rack on the
shoot
table.
on, yeah.
I mean, surely he should realise to move the rack.
Craig just doesn't want to break his stride.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe he hasn't got a chance to take it off.
Yeah. Jack Whelan is now 4-1 up against Liam Dunster. And as I say, he was 6-4 before.
Yeah, I just can't for the life of me think who I've had a bet on. I know it's Yannick and I know it's Arfan, but I can't think who the other one is.
I think Carl Sutton was 5-4. I thought he was representing some pretty good value. I mean, okay, he's playing Craig Waddingham, but
They may not
that's a
have started,
50-50 game for me.
I prefer to back the ones where I kind of think, well, they're going to have a bit too much firepower for them.
Yeah.
And Roland 4-3 up on Stefan Rasidi. That was a tight match in the betting.
Shane to break, leading 5 frames to 4. Time running. At the table.
Shane brought dry there, so Craig's in with another chance. Needs to develop this red as soon as possible. Oh, he needed to hit the yellow. He's hit the red, but he needed to hit the yellow. Still half a chance. Can pot the red in the corner and screw into the red and the yellow. He's not looked at it. I'll tell you a shot he can play, Nick, and I'm not sure if he spotted it. The red will go off the yellow in the corner, and that'll be his last ball to get on the black. So basically, the red that's dead on the line in the centre of the table, that's the one that's bothering him. Oh, what's he played there?
Yeah, he's just trying to put in some...
Well, he's just give Shane a free opportunity to clear the table here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Putting some covering fire. I mean, that's just so un-Lakin-like.
Well, it's not an easy shot, whatever he tries to do, but if Shane decides to cover this top right left-hand corner where Craig's bad ball is, then Craig's in big trouble.
Shane having a real close look at that yellow at the bottom of the pack to see if it does go. I think it does. He's now looking at the angle into the middle. There's Lakin reflecting on maybe a defensive shot that he didn't need to play.
Yeah, it was a real. It was kind of an effortless shot. There was no meaning to it, if you know what I mean. Well, is he on the yellow? He may be able to bend it.
Yeah, I think he's got to turn it over. He's
Well, I think he can bend it, but not an easy shot.
no. It's pretty much all he's got. Oh wow, yeah, that was a pace just rolling off the knuckle. Shane having a good look at this one. He's got a 10-second call. I think he's still got his extension in hand. He's just called the extension. Just you can kind of understand why he's just taking his time now as well. He just wants to take the heat out of the game. Craig getting a bit of a head of steam on. So probably a good idea just to take the pace out.
Again, he's missed a trick there, Nick. He can play the yellow off the red in the corner.
Yeah.
He's not even looked at it. What I know what he's looking at. He's looking at leaving the double. But surely he should be looking to see if it goes in any pocket. But he's out there and we're sat here. And I tell you what, if he gets on this yellow, it will be some shot. The only chance he's got is he's got to smash this yellow in with a load of top right-hand spin, and he's got to make it arc after it hits the bottom cushion.
Yeah.
It's the only shot he's got. Oh, can he play it off the red? Can he play it off the red? He can.
Well, it makes you want, yeah. It looks like it.
I don't think he's got the angle, though, to bring the yellow out. I think the yellow will stick next to the red, should he make this. I'm saying if he makes it, he's not getting on that yellow. Double kiss. He's left a double snookered, is he?
No, he's okay.
Well, he's played that as good as he could.
Yeah.
He's played a really good shot there, you know.
He was under pressure as well, because you could hear the referee counting down. He was down to 3 seconds when Shane played that shot. He had no option. He had to pull the trigger. So.
He's played a really good shot there, because if he hits it any softer, he's not got an easy double. And if he hits it any harder, he's snookered. Yeah. I fancy him to make this. Oh. If you're going to play that, play it with conviction.
Yeah.
Takes the slide out of the shot, you know, off the new cushions.
Well, this really could be game on if Craig can make this. It should be a fairly simple clearance. Well, here we go.
Well, 5-all in a breath. And this is what he can do to you when he gets on a roll. But Shane's had chances. It's not like he's not had chances to win the games.
Break 11, Craig to break, 5 frames over. Time running.
So here we go, locked together at 5 apiece. If you're recently joining us, recognise that it's heading towards the evening on a Friday. You're watching event 2 of the Supreme Pool Series. This is the round 1 winner's side match between Craig Lakin and Shane Thompson. With Beer Productions, my name's Nick Finn, and I'm joined by Chris Melling on commentary.
I thought you'd forgot your name then, Nick.
Yeah, I had a job to get that out. Do you know what, Chris? I woke up like on the morning of event 1 with, and I don't often get coughs and colds, but with a sore throat and a bit of a cold, and I thought that's just my luck. And I woke up yesterday morning and had exactly the same thing. Woke up this morning at 5:30 to tackle the drive up here, and I could barely speak. So quite lucky to be getting any of my words out.
Yeah, I was like that this morning. I don't know what was wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was the air conditioning in the car on the way down.
Yeah. I tried. My wife said something. I tried croaking and barely get my words out. And I thought, well, that's a good prelude to a 3-hour drive and a 14-hour commentary session. But anyway, we battle on. And we're watching a really intriguing game here between Lakin and Thompson.
Oh, he's miscued.
Yeah, he's
Miscued, but I tell you what, he was up off the shot very quickly there. And he had a glorious opportunity to bring the 8-ball out as well. Should he have potted that?
You can see the crowd starting to gather there. Starting to move in with interest. The bookie has just walked in. You can see him just coming into shot on the left-hand side there. There's one of the bookies just having a keen look at what the score is.
Do you know something? With Craig miscuing there, he's actually had a result, you know, because he can pot the red in the corner, bring the 8-ball out, and he's guaranteed to be on the red in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
if he pots this, he's his favourite. He's got it. He's got it. Great shot there from Craig.
Yeah, nice cueing.
He's nice angle on the ball in the centre pocket after this. Leave the cue ball somewhere near the baulk line. Then pot the red past the yellow to the top left-hand corner. Stunning the black out. And the way to play it is play it with a bit of pace. You need to get that black out.
So Tom Cousins has got himself on the board now. He's 4-1 down. But look at that for a scoreline. Clint Iance has won the next two, and he's back in that game. He's 9-all against Martin Hazel. Stefan Rashidi, Ben Rowland. Ben's just got the advantage. Jack Whelan just still got a 4-frame lead over Liam Dunster at 5-1. Carl Morris and Neil Raybone. Well, I took a restroom break, bathroom break, around about 25 minutes ago, and that score was 9-7, and it's still 9-7. So they must be tied up in a bit of a tactical battle.
Playing the double. Needs to play this at pace, though, Nick. If he plays this slow, it won't go in, I don't think. He needs to play at pace.
Just to straighten it up slightly, yeah.
Oh, he's played it well. He stunned it. Yeah. Great shot. Great shot there from Craig.
And for the first time in the match, he takes a lead, and that is how quickly this match can change, especially when you got someone who's free-flowing and attacking as Craig Lakin. Shane's just stepped away for a toilet break, so we'll just step away for a moment as well.
Frame 12, Shane to break, trailing 6 frames to 5. Time running. Ball's potted.
Great break there. Needs to start taking these chances to stay, Shane. I think it was 5. What is 5-1 or 5-0? I think it was 5-1, wasn't it?
5-1, yeah.
Clint Ianson's just gone 10-9 in front of Martin Hazel.
That's probably the first time he's been ahead in that game as well.
Yeah, I feel that Shane has to really go yellows here. Oh, I'm not sure. Red's not too bad. It's just the first shot. Can he get the cue ball away and not leave any more reds tied up?
Yannick Beaufils is 3-1 up against Andy Barber.
It's important that Shane tries to get on the bottom red of the 3 into the right-hand corner pocket ASAP.
Greg Batten 2-0 down against Adam Davis.
That's a good shot there. Just drop this one in. Play the one in the opposite centre middle and run through for the bottom red of the 3.
Yeah, he's left a nice angle. He's listening. Must have that earpiece in because he's going down for the bottom one.
Yeah, he's got to do, really. Perfect. Now it's important when he plays this that he lands low on the red into the same pocket that he's playing now.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be high, otherwise he won't be able to get on the other red.
Low or he doesn't want to brush it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, low or just straight would have been fine. As you say, anything high would have been.
He needs to try and leave himself straight on this red though after this one.
Yeah.
So he can just screw back for the 8 ball into the centre pocket. That's perfect. Just watch how effortless he draws his cue ball back.
Yeah, he times it so
Hardly
lovely.
at this ball.
And you know that had Craig played that shot, he would have slammed that a lot
He'd have
harder.
smashed that ball in, yeah. Well, that's just the way Craig plays, everybody's different.
Do you recognise, when you watch Shane and his cue action, he's got a nice long draw back, a nice pause. Do you recognise a little bit of your cue action in it?
Yeah,
there is.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I've often thought that when I watch Shane. It's not quite as long a draw back as yours, but
my cue action's a little bit longer than Shane's.
Yeah.
The only advantage I really get from that is I've probably got a bit more cue power.
Yeah.
Because I'm obviously bringing the cue further back, so I can accelerate further through
Yeah.
the ball. But also it can go against you when you're under pressure.
Yeah, not everyone's got that ability to be able to do that, have they? Because with such a long drawback, you have to be far more accurate at your point of contact.
You do, yeah, because obviously when you're firing at the ball, you follow through with the cue once you've connected, has to go straight.
Yeah.
And if you put any kind of side spin on the cue ball, then you normally miss.
So Shane has just stepped away again, and Craig is pacing. He wants to get moving. He wants to be potting balls.
Break to break. 6 frames all. Time running.
Actually, yeah, I thought Shane had stepped away, but he hasn't. He's just out of shot.
Lost the cue ball there, and that's a
Yeah,
bad break.
big
That's
time.
not unlucky. That's a bad break.
Yeah,
He went straight in,
Straight in off as well.
and
wasn't
all the yellows go, all the reds go. This is take your pick time.
Yeah.
He could turn round now to Craig and say, "You tell me which ones you want me to go for."
it? Yeah. What do you think? I'm not sure that yellow passes to bottom right, but the red obviously goes. So
Well, the easiest way to run these balls out from here isn't this shot first. The easiest way would be to play the one in the middle first shot,
yeah,
roll down, and take the one next to the black ball. That in turn, then you can go up the table, pot the balls at the top, roll the one in the middle, roll the one in the corner, and straight on the 8 ball in the middle.
yeah. So you use that one on the right hand side rail as your
Yeah,
last ball.
if you get rid of the red next to the 8 ball as soon as possible, then it's making it so much easier.
Yeah.
But it's up to Shane. He's at the table and he's got his way.
I guess the way he's looking at it, it looks like he's trying to start at the top of the table and work his way down through the balls, isn't he? But
Yeah,
as you say, it's not. The problem ball is the one in the black spot because it's not a natural position to anything else, is it? Where everything else is quite a natural pattern.
Yeah, it's not a bad way he's going about. It's just his way.
Yeah.
He's virtually doing the same thing I'm saying, apart from I would have got the red
Yeah.
below the black out of the way as soon
yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
And you can see why, because now if he stuns the red in the corner, stuns the red in the middle, red in the other corner, he's on the 8 in the centre. He's basically stun. Where now he's going to have to play some kind of shot to get on the red.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not going to get out, because I do think he will, but
Yeah, but
it'd have been so much easier if he'd have got rid of that ball.
this red on the line is it's just a. So here we go. He's
He may play this now and draw back.
pretty
Who
much dead
knows?
straight. I think he's probably going to just screw straight back.
Doesn't want to screw into the centre pocket though, Nick. because it needs to be a straight, nearly straight on the red.
I think, personally, the one down the rail now and screw back to the similar position he's in now would be a better option.
Doesn't want to overdo it though.
No.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Really well.
Played that perfectly.
Yeah.
He's going to play the 8 ball in the pocket. He's just potted the red in. That was a really good shot he's played there.
And this black should be a formality. And he's going to re-establish or retake the lead. So,
ooh, he went in the back door.
Yeah.
Went off the knuckle.
2 frames strung together there for Shane.
And there's another toilet break.
Clint Jansen, Martin Hazel still on the hill for Clint. And I cannot believe that Carl Morris match is still 9-7. That's been 9-7 for about 40 minutes.
I can.
Yeah, that's true.
Carl likes his tactical games, don't worry about that.
Ben Rowland leading Stefan Rosidi, 6-5. Jack Whelan, Liam Dunster. Liam's won the next frame, he's 5-2. Mick Hill is still trailing Ryan Clark, but only by 1 frame. It's now 3 frames to 2. Yannick Beaufils is 4-1 up against Andy Barber. Harjeet Singh still in charge there of Tom Cousins. He's 5-3 up. Arfan Dad 8-3 against Declan Brennan. Greg Batten's on the board now, and he just trails Adam Davis by 1 frame at 2-1. Sam Mills and Ryan Pisani.
Clint's won.
It's 4-all. Clint won.
Clint won 11-9.
Very good.
Close match, that one.
Yeah. He was never really in control, was he? From looking at the scores, he was always trailing. Martin seemed to be in charge until I think Clint's won 4 on the bounce there, because I think Martin was 9-7 up.
I don't think I've seen. Has there been any dry breaks in this match? I think there might have been one. I'll tell you what. If you could pot a yellow here, it would be so much easier. But I don't think he can.
No. No, he's...
Red's not too bad.
Red ball's in play.
He's playing the combination shot, first shot. Oh, that was never the shot. Never the shot there, Shane. Got to pot the red over the corner, my friend. He's left Lakin half a chance. Doesn't want to scratch in the corner here. Oh, he's hit this too thin. And now Shane has another chance. Probably a chance he might not have thought he'd get. It's been an interesting game to watch, Nick. A lot of mistakes, but a lot of good clearances also.
Yeah, it's been a really intriguing game. Probably one of the more interesting games that we've seen today. We've seen some great play, but.
Oh, what about this for a shot?
Yeah.
What a shot that is. How well do you want to hit that one? Have to avoid the yellow, avoid the 8 ball, and avoid leaving the cue ball on the side cushion.
Just a lovely, delicate shot there. Craig just doesn't really look himself there. He's just looks a bit. He's currently putting in a big yawn. He looks pretty tired, I gotta say.
Yeah, I like his route here. leaving the ball over the middle to get to the 8. He doesn't mind showing a bit of emotion, does he, young Craig?
No, not at all. While he's been sat there, I've been looking at that view, and he's had his head in his hands and yawning and rubbing his eyes, and now he's having a little chanter to himself. Another yawn. It's like a bloody elephant down there. Now he's shaking his head. Another little chat to himself. It's quite funny to watch.
Good to have characters like Craig in the game.
Oh, it definitely is. But he don't want to let his shoulders slump. He's only 2 frames behind. He's been 4 frames behind and pulled it back. He's only 8-6 behind here. Still very much in the game.
Mikkel 3-all with Ryan Clark. Yannick Bafis 4-2 up. Lee Clough losing 2-1. Jason Shaw's losing 2-0. Whelan and Dunster, that's 5-3 to Whelan. Stefan Rasides losing 7-5 to Ben Rowland. And Morris and Rayburn are still at 9-7. Well, we're now playing the best of 9 frames, race to 5.
So what seemed to be an epic frame between Rayburn and Morris goes Rayburn's way. I think now trails by 1 at 9-8.
I wonder if there's going to be a toilet break. They've had a few so far.
Yeah. Oh, Shane just, Shane looks like he steps out of the arena, but he just not taking his seat. He's just stepping behind the cameras, just out of sight.
Another good break there from Lakin. Doesn't mind that cue ball flying around the table. Much prefer myself to try and stop it in the middle of the table instead of it flying round. And I'll tell you what, if you can push the yellow over the right-hand corner pocket here, he's a big favourite. But we all know he likes to go for it, so hold on to your hats.
Seconds. Extension.
I've got a feeling he's going to have a try and double a red.
Red's nominated.
Oh, he's playing safe. Well, you don't see that too often from Craig Lakin.
Yeah, very unusual.
Oh, what a shot that is. What a shot that is from Shane. Brilliant shot to land on the yellow in the centre pocket. He's going to be looking to leave an angle for the yellow in the centre after this one to just softly cannon the 8 ball, which in turn will bring the yellow away. And if he clears up from here, he deserves it, because this didn't look on when he first went to the table. And that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. What he doesn't want to do is play the cannon too hard and push the 8 ball to the side cushion. Just needs to play at a nice, slow pace and cannon the 8 half ball, very slow. Not bad, not bad.
No.
Would have been nice if it had landed on that one. Well, I think you've got to bite the bullet here now, Nick. Just pot the yellow.
Yeah.
Either top it or screw it back about 2 feet and take a long yellow. What does he do here, Nick? Does he pot it and screw into the red? Does he pot it and screw past the red?
Yeah, I think the red should be the target, shouldn't it?
Or does he pot it with spin? Which is exactly what I would do.
Oh.
And that's exactly why I would have potted it with spin.
Yeah.
Pot it with spin, you can't land there.
Total snooker, time ready.
Total called. Could that be another turning point?
Don't be surprised if he pots this, Nick. There's a system in American pool to pot this ball. It's not an easy shot because the slower you play this shot, the harder it is. For the simple reason the cue ball will slide. But don't be surprised if he hits it thin and doubles it in the other middle. There's a long way away there. You've got to aim to play thin on that shot.
Yeah.
Because if you do hit it thin, you can get the double.
Yeah.
If you hit it thick, you can't get it. And he's just going to time in knots now.
Yeah, where that black sat, this is...
But that's a poor shot for me. He could have developed his balls there.
Should have opened them up, yeah.
He could have developed the balls and still snookered him.
Yeah.
And he's just tied them up again. He's give Shane a free shot of the 8 ball, really.
Yeah, he's still got that problem with the 3 balls, and if Shane does make contact there and get it out, he's under pressure.
Well, this isn't easy, whatever he does, but...
Yeah, he's looking at that gap. That would be some shot to find the gap between those 2 balls. There's not a lot of space between them.
I don't think it's as hard as what you think, though, Nick. Well, it is when you hit it that hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's had a result, really.
Hasn't he ever?
What do you do here? I've seen a shot that he can play, Nick. He can play into the 3 reds and screw into the red over the middle.
I think he's going to use both shots just to try and develop, just put Shane in trouble again. That's a better shot now. He's got him out in the open.
Yeah, he's got him out in the open now, but what does Shane do?
Yeah, he doesn't really want to move the black, does he?
Get the jump cue out. Can he play jump shots at these rules?
Sadly, no. I mean,
well, he can't get there. I don't think he can get there going that way because the table will slide too much.
Is he looking at...
He's got to go up and down.
4 cushion, was he?
He's got to go up and down.
So playing this with a...
Not too hard, just control. It's a good shot.
He's not going to reach.
Oh.
It's not quite reach, or is it? Oh my goodness, that's...
it's not the worst result.
No, it's
not
still
the
okay.
worst result.
It's still okay. I mean, this is where, you know, a little bit of black ball comes into play, and it for Craig, he just punts this one to the open and then backs himself to clear them.
Try and leave the one over the middle to second to last, and the one he's knocked out till last.
And he's still...
Well,
okay.
I wouldn't have played that.
Yeah.
That is not a good shot. I know he snookered him, but the more times you keep letting somebody at the table, and this is very easy to hit this 8 ball.
Yeah, he's given him a free go.
If he pots this, Craig will be disgusted.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a...
And I tell you what, he's got a good chance here 2 cushions in behind it, pot it in the middle, left-hand side of the table. Oh,
The thing is, Chris, where that black was, Craig almost had a free go at it, didn't he? I mean, he could have attacked there, and knowing that the black sat in the middle of the top cushion.
It's as if Craig plays on instinct. The first thing he sees, that's what he does.
Yeah.
You know, not a bad thing. But sometimes you've just got to hold back a little bit. I never thought I'd hear myself saying that. Why try and bring it out? Yeah. He's got a red in the middle.
Yeah.
He can get right behind it, and the table's playing generous, so it's not a tough shot. No, he can't be playing this one. Never. That is not the shot to play. Got to play the other one. That's the connector to the 8-ball.
Yeah. I guess he felt he's going to have a natural angle to come up and down the table, but...
But why not go for the clearance like 3 shots ago?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Well...
Great clearance.
Eventually got the job done, and he's just 1 frame behind now, 8-7.
I can see this one going all the way, Nick. A lot of mistakes from each other and a lot of great potting on show.
Harjit Singh still with a 3 frame advantage over Tom Cousins, 7-4. Carl Morris, Neil Rayburn.
Jason Shaw's losing 4-0.
Wow. I was going to say that'll hurt some people's accumulators, but I think Jason was 1 to 10.
Yeah, anybody who puts somebody in at 1 to 10 really is asking for trouble.
Yeah. So I don't think anyone's really put him in. Yannick's still got the advantage, 5-2 up over Andy Barber. Mick Hill still trailing, but only by 1 frame. He's got a game on his hands there, Mick, against Ryan Clark.
Yeah, he's a good player, is Ryan. A very good player. I tell you who impressed me every time I watch him, John McAllister. Really, really good. It's just the way he plays. I don't know if it's because he's a left-hander. I think left-handers look better when they're playing. But he's very, very impressive.
Frame 16, Shane to break, leading 8 frames to 7.
Well, Shane to break in this next rack. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Last ball. One of the last balls rolling. Look at the reds. Wow. Craig is going to be 6 up there.
Reds nominated.
Well, it's not the easiest shot, first shot, but he's got to play it. Because if he makes it, for me, he wins the frame. Oh, did that turn? He was up very quick on the cue there. Did it turn? There's only Shane that can tell you. And Craig's now got a glorious chance to tie the match up at 8 apiece. That's a nice little clever shot there. Just biding himself a little bit of time should he make a mistake. We can't really see him making a mistake from here.
So I don't know if people are aware, but I know it was out on the page and on social media. But sadly, your game against Darren Appleton, which would have been a fantastic game to watch, is not going to happen. Darren, due to unforeseen circumstances, sadly had to withdraw from the remainder of the event. So a bye for you in the next round. That's a real shame.
Yeah, it's... Oh, he's had a kick. What a kick he's had there.
Wow.
What a kick that is.
Just going through it at the moment.
That is unbelievable how much that's kicked. But like I said 5 minutes ago, he pushed that yellow to the side cushion just in case something went wrong.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying about Darren, obviously nobody likes to win that way, but he made a decision to go home, and
Yeah.
I fully support his decision, not just because I was playing him, but because I know why he's gone home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd just like to wish him and his family all the best.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that message would be echoed from all the team here. Really sad that he's had to pull out, but there we are. He's done it for the right reasons.
If this drops, he's in trouble as well. Not bad, not bad. The reason why I say it's not bad is because he can now double that red next to the yellow across and pot that red.
Yeah.
Should he get the option to do it.
Oh, that's just held in there. That's a nice shot from Shane.
Oh, I don't agree with this. I can't agree with that. The reason I can't agree with that is because the yellow will go past the red in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
So all Shane's going to do here is break these up, push the yellow past the red. Should it go in, he'll clear up. If it doesn't go in, he's a massive favourite to win the frame. Craig had to try and get out of that one. Oh, and I tell you what, he's perfect, you know. He can pop this yellow in the side pocket, run down to his bad yellow, and it's a perfect plant. He's had a nice little roll there, as Shane. And he's perfect.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Well, he certainly didn't play to leave that angle, but he'll take it. And he needs to start taking these chances because he's had plenty.
I thought that was going to drop as well.
Well, I think he would have preferred it to drop, to be honest.
So he's yeah, because he's now got to go back there and get back out.
Yeah, I think he'll pop the one over the corner now. Sometimes on these Supreme tables, though, they do tend to bounce back out if you're playing with screw back. I'm not saying this will bounce back out, but you just never know.
No.
I've seen it quite a few times.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it just a couple of weeks ago in the semi-finals and the finals of the Champions Cup. I think Jack Whelan had one. I've never seen it before, where Jack smashed the ball and the cue ball went in the pocket and popped back out again.
Yeah, you can actually play it as a trick shot. You just play it with spin. It looks like Shane's going to take his 2-frame lead again. Not got much to do here. Stun on and off the cushion.
Yeah, Craig would be ruining that massive kick that he had.
Yeah, I mean, that's... You can't really say that's Craig's fault. It isn't.
No.
And that's going to hurt him, that is, because that wasn't something he'd done wrong. That was the pool gods punishing him for mistakes earlier in the match. I'm very surprised though, a lot of these players don't use the town chalk, because I've been using it for 4 months,
yeah.
And I can honestly say I think I've had 1 kick in 4 months.
Yeah.
You know, touch wood, hopefully I don't get a load when I'm playing my match.
So you're a big advocate for that.
Yeah, I think it's great, personally.
Carl Morris has gone on the hill. He's 10-9 up against Neil Rayburn.
Dunster's gone in front, 6-5.
Yeah. Jack was 5-1?
Arfan's 9-4 up on Declan Brennan.
Greg Batten is still battling away against Adam Davis. He trails by 4 frames to 3, but he's still in there. He's hanging on the coattails.
And Ryan Clark is still in the lead at 5-4 over Mikel.
No.
The self-proclaimed People's Champion.
The People's Champion. TPC. Yeah. Never quite the same when you bestow a name on yourself, is it?
No, I could think of a few names to call him, but I won't do it on air.
Jason Shaw's got himself on the board. He's got a couple of frames now. He's trailing Daniel Bishop 4-2.
I always thought your nickname was given to you. I didn't think you could choose your own nickname.
Yeah, I always thought the same thing, to be honest. It was.
I know Mick's nickname a few years ago. It was given to him by Ronan McCarthy, and he used to call him Benny.
Oh,
obviously because his second name's Hill.
Yeah.
Frame 17, Craig to break, trailing 9 frames to 7. Time running.
Need to control the cue ball.
He's nearly lost it again.
Messing.
Straight in the middle.
Playing with danger there.
He really is. He's gone dry there.
It's because he's not hitting him square. That's the problem. He's trying to hit him with a lot of power.
Yeah,
rather than hit him with accuracy.
Losing his timing slightly. Mick's won the next frame and he's now tied up with Ryan Clark at 5 each. So back on level terms. Lee Clough's 3-1 down against Craig Brown.
It just shows you the standard these days is still very good.
Ben Rowland against Stefan Rossini. I looked at that match and couldn't really pick a winner. Ben Rowland's already beaten Jordan Shepherd today. Stefan did go in his favourite, but he's 9-6 behind.
Shane needs to be really careful here, because if he does bring that black out here, he's got to be careful that the white doesn't follow through and scratch in the centre pocket. He's going to bring the red out first before he plays that. Oh,
he's
bad miss.
Oh,
and he's left him the angle. He can play the yellow in the top, bring the black, the yellow and the red out, and it leaves him a great chance to run out the rack. Doesn't want to hit it too hard though, just got to hit it with topspin, not too hard. That's why you don't hit it too hard.
Yeah.
And he's got lucky, you know, there.
It's costing the pot.
He's got very, very lucky. He has left Shane a chance to pot the red in the corner and screw back and move the yellow, because it will go off the yellow in the middle, but he's got to be very careful that he doesn't flick the yellow over the centre pocket in on this shot.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think he's got much option, to be honest.
No. He's having a look at it now.
It may go off the yellow straight in.
Yeah, I think he was just looking at that and whether he can pop this one over the right-hand corner and get himself up there somehow.
Yeah, that's not an easy shot.
No.
I'd much prefer to play this shot and try and move it, and if you do miss it, at least you've got that option. Just doesn't want to hit the yellow over the centre pocket here. Great shot.
He's
Great shot.
Cued that nicely. Really nicely.
He's a little bit unlucky, you know.
Yeah, grip straight away. Yeah, he's.
I think I'll be playing it last me and playing the double.
Yeah, he's got the option still with the ball over the bottom right.
Can he pot it?
Yeah, must think he can.
Doesn't want the yellow to go in front of the black. Oh, that's a good shot. Still got to play a few tricky shots though yet.
I'm assuming he's gonna leave a plant with these two.
No, I think he's got to play for the gap. Because I think the red goes in. The red next to the yellow goes in both pockets.
Oh, does it? Right. Okay, I was assuming that it didn't go in the.
If it doesn't,
yeah.
then fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it goes in both pockets.
Yeah, I think you're right. The way he's played that.
And what he can do is he can screw into the gap if he has the angle for the 8 in the corner, or just play off the side cushion. I like to pot this and land high on the red. Therefore, I'm coming into the 8 ball. When he's played low, I don't think he can get close to this 8 ball, you know.
No, the yellow's in the way of the. He wants to screw back through the line of that yellow, doesn't he? The one that's above the red.
Can he get enough grip on the cue ball to just miss the yellow? When he's playing it like he can, he must be able to.
No.
Oh, he's missed the red.
And again, he's forgotten the pot.
Worst case scenario is you've got to pot the red.
Yeah, at least he'd have had some kind of shot.
What's Craig going to do here? Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
Is he going to pot this and play a snooker behind the yellow on the cushion?
Well.
And leave us straight up and down, and then he's going to double the black?
Yeah.
Well, this is pointless for me. If he left this shot, I'd like to think I'd pot that red 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And if he does pot it, he's got a straight double on the 8 ball. That's why I would never have played that shot. I'd have tried to make something happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Because realistically, he could have cleared up. He's going wide here by the look of this. He is. Oh, good shot. Good shot there. That's the problem, playing it slow. You leave him on his bad yellow.
Yeah, that is. Well, he's still got this.
Pot this one, pot the other one in the same pocket. Bring the one off the side cushion. Oh, does it go in the centre pocket? If it goes, it's even better. And he's kind of got a free shot at this.
Yeah.
So he can't leave anything should he miss it. That's a good shot from Craig, that. He needs to take his time, though. He's still rushing.
Yeah, he's got a nice angle just to drop off the 2 cushions. He's overhit that one as well.
Wow, he's over it now by a long way.
Yeah. So plan B comes into action again. He's had to dig into plan B several times.
And he's over at this one.
Yeah, there's another one.
Is he on it? He is.
Goodness me. Can't draw breath.
He's actually good to watch.
Yeah, he's great fun.
But if I was advising anybody at home on pattern play, this wouldn't be it.
Yeah, they talk about players having a plan B. I mean, Craig has a plan B, C, D.
I think Craig actually goes from
E.
Z backwards rather than A forwards. But he gets the job done, which is the main thing. And like I said, he's brilliant to watch. You just don't know what you get. It's no surprise that Ronnie O'Sullivan's his favourite player.
Yep. Mick Hill has finally found his arm. He's 6-5 up against Ryan Clark. Carl Sutton's taken the lead against Craig Waddingham, 5-4 ahead. Greg Banton's come to the party as well. He's 4-all against Adam Davis. I think my accumulator's still alive.
What did I say about Jason Shaw? 4-0 down, 4-all in 10 minutes.
4-all. Half and Dad now 10-6 up. Harjeet Singh 9-5 up against Tom Cousins. Harjeet's looking good for the win there. Tom's really going to have to dig deep if he wants to stay on the winner's side. And that's going to be a bit of a shock. There's a player who sold for, I'm not sure what he sold for, £5,000-6,000 in the
£5.5, I think it was. Oh, wow, what a break. What a break. Just look at the yellows. The hardest shot is to get on the 8 ball. That is an unbelievable break.
Yeah, he's timed that really well, hasn't he?
I think he's got... I don't think he's hitting them really hard. I just think that he's hitting them accurately with medium pace. That could be the break, the way forward, really.
So I think my little accumulator I put on is still quite live at the moment. So hopefully we've got Sutton who's winning, Thompson who's winning, but only just. Yannick who's winning fairly comfortably at the moment, 6-3 ahead. And,
I can't remember who I've backed. I know it's Yannick and I know it's...
you might get a nice surprise.
I might not as well.
Yeah, you might not.
I know it's Yannick and I know it's Half and Dad. But I don't know who else it is. Oh, that's a bad miss. That is from Shane. That's a really bad miss. And he's opened the game up for Lakin.
Odd miss for him.
Money-making Lakin. Can he live up to his name?
Oh my goodness.
Why on earth is he spinning that cue ball? He's got to pot that and screw the cue ball back 3 inches.
Yep.
You play the 2 balls in the top corner pocket, screw down, and it's tip-tap.
Didn't need... I mean, he put a lot of spin on that ball. You could see it still spinning after it came off the cushion. There was no need. And just giving Shane another free go at these.
And Shane played a bad shot there.
Yeah.
A lot of unforced errors in this match, but that can also be a good thing. We don't just want to see people running out every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We like to see the misses.
Yeah, missed balls, they create just as much excitement. Well, for me here, Shane has got to pot this ball in the corner. What, to bottom left?
He's got to pot the one in the bottom left, the next yellow in the bottom left. Oh, I don't know about this. What's he playing here? This is a poor shot, I think. Oh, he's perfect. I thought he was short there. He's perfect. The only problem he's got now, he's got to land straight on that yellow in that corner.
Yeah.
And he's got to screw straight back and land in a small gap to either double the 8 ball or play the 8 ball straight in the side pocket. But from the angle he's got, to me it looks like he's going just past the centre pocket, which will leave the wrong angle. He's held that well. He's on it. And I tell you what, this is a lot harder shot than what it looks. The table's so responsive, the cloth's brand new, there's a bit of pressure on the shot. This will be the shot of the match if he gets this. Well, you don't want to be playing this. You don't want to be screwing into that red. No reason to screw into the red. Screw past the red. Leave the double on the 8 ball if need be.
Yeah, that's probably the 3rd time now that
he didn't know what to do, Nick.
Yeah, he's put a lot of thought there, and he was rushed. You heard the ref say 10 seconds, but even so, it's the third time he's just forgotten to make the pot. Doesn't want that to drop.
What's he doing here?
Yeah.
Why not just play the snooker?
Yep.
Double the red over the centre pocket. The black goes nowhere then, apart from the double.
Sure.
Oh, I can't believe this.
That's
He's left hip on the yellow.
Yeah.
It's so slack, is that? He just seems to be rushing at vital points in the match. And this is a massive vital point.
He just didn't need to attack there, did he?
Well, the first shot he's played, I understand why he's played it, because he's just trying to put the red out of the pocket and then play the snooker. But the worst shot he's played, he's obviously trying to get the snooker. Oh, he's snookered himself.
He's overhit it. That's the
I tell you what, a fluke's going to happen in this match. I can just smell it.
second time.
Craig's already had one.
Yeah. Second time he's done it.
I can smell a fluke here. Oh no, he can't go this way. Even if he gets it, it's the wrong way. That's not the way there, Nick. If he goes to the side cushion, he cannot fail to hit it.
Yeah, yeah.
Lakin's taking the balls out the bottom end of the table first. Nine all. It's the best of three.
Yeah. Well, nothing between them now.
Another toilet break. I'd start charging them for the table like I would. Cal Morris is still 10-9 with Rayborn. It was 9-8 for at least an hour.
Yeah. Carl Sutton's, well, he was behind against Craig Waddingham, but he's 6-4 up now.
Andy Barber's come back at Yannick. It's now 6-5 to Yannick. Was 6-3. Arfan Dad's won.
Craig Batten now 5-4 up against Adam Davis. It's the first time he's been ahead in that game.
Shaw 6-4 down. Was 4-0 down. Came back to 4-all. Little pattern emerging in that game.
Richard Conn not making things easy for John McAllister. John looked like he was going to streak away with that at one point, but it's now 7-5, just a couple of frames behind.
And Ryan Pisani of Malta, I believe, leading Sam Mills 9-6.
And Dunster's taken the lead against Whelan, having been, well, some way behind.
Harjeet Singh's on the hill. 10-5 against Top Cat. Tom Cousins, the second favourite, according to the Calcutta.
Yeah, I think
Tom's having it a little tough at the minute, to be honest. He's obviously the guy's a great player.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to him at the last event, and he was saying he was struggling.
Big break, this one. Key point in the match.
No
and
balls.
He's dry. He's gone dry. Well,
Oof, how nice of them. First glance, black's the toughest shot. What do you like here, Nick? Reds or yellows?
I personally prefer yellows.
Yeah, I think you're right there, mate.
Just given where that that red is on the
I'm orange.
yeah, given where that red is on the side rail.
Yeah, if he gets rid of these three yellows at the top end of the table, just like this, that's a good shot. Perfect, that is. He can play the yellow, play these two yellows at the top, play the yellow past the red that's sat on its own into the bottom left-hand corner, yellow along the bottom cushion, and both the yellows and the black goes in both middles.
Yeah.
That's what he'll be looking to do. And it's vital that you get a 10-9 lead here.
Well,
I'll be very, very surprised if he plays into the 8-ball here.
I don't think he needs to, does he?
He doesn't need to whatsoever, no.
I mean, one of the reasons I said yellows is because the yellow just to the left of the black has got a couple of pockets. I mean, there's a gap between the two reds and it goes bottom right, or it goes in the middle, so...
I understand why he's doing
push
it.
it safe.
But he could tie his yellows up here.
Yeah.
For me, he's got to pop the yellow over the top left-hand corner, leave himself straight as he can
Yeah.
on the other one. Well, why not play one cushion?
Yeah.
Play one cushion, leave yourself as straight as possible, pot the yellow, run down, and you've got a choice of yellows. And now he's praying.
Yep.
I think the cue ball's going to land on the bottom rail here.
Can't avoid contacting.
No.
And again, he's
Missed.
Yeah,
He's missing some chances.
missed a few
Both
balls,
players.
hasn't he?
Both players are missing chances, but it's to be expected. There is pressure on this.
It's a pretty decent chance now for Craig as well. He's got this long one top corner, which you expect him to get, and everything's got a pocket now. Well, he's cut it into the middle, as he had a natural angle to bring that one off the side rail.
He needs to leave the red down the cushion on the left-hand side of the table to last.
Yeah.
That's his shot to get on the 8-ball.
Well, that... I was going to say that
He's
could go
playing
wrong.
with danger, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Just got to use his brain here. Put the ball in the middle, stun up, put the other one in the middle, one down the cushion, one in the corner, one down the rail. See, if he'd have played that second to last and the ball down the rail, he's guaranteed to be on the 8-ball. Can't fail.
Yeah, he's... Again,
He's still okay, but he's definitely going around the houses.
yeah, he's around about plan C at the moment. That's just going to
Wow.
drop.
And
That's
he's
just
landed the
gonna
wrong
drop,
side
but
of the...
He's going to have to do it again.
Well, he's going to land the wrong angle on this red. I'm pretty sure of it. He's okay.
Yeah, he's played that.
He's okay. He's
probably
played it well.
about
He
as well as he could.
played it thin to hold the cue ball. Needs to drag this in nice and slow. Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, he's got a smile on his face.
Wow, I cannot believe that's dropped.
He's got a smile on his face, never in doubt.
He needs to be careful he doesn't fall down that pocket when he walks past. I've got to say that's the same pocket that I played a shot into when I tried to cover the pocket, and I hit the cushion halfway down. It still dropped in.
Yeah. He will be feeling on top of the world at the moment. He's just never looked like he's really been properly in this game, albeit he's never been too far away from Shane, but he's just not played anywhere near his potential. But Shane's given him so many chances.
Do you know who he reminds me of in the snooker world?
Yeah, go on.
Michael Holt.
Oh yeah.
His mannerisms, everything about him. Obviously, a great player.
Very happy-go-lucky. So,
Funny character, to be fair.
Yeah.
You need these people in the pool world.
I think he's a great character, especially when you see him popping up on Facebook. He loves a wind-up.
Yeah, me, Darren, Carl, and Jason Shaw. We're always on the wind-up when we're on tour.
Yeah.
We get one of them Airbnbs that, it sleeps like 6 people on a golf course or something like that. It's just unbelievable.
Frame 20, Shane to break, trailing 10 frames.
Yeah, it's,
time running.
Well, this match is out of Shane's control.
It's great fun, isn't it? I mean, you have to have those good times as well, don't you? I mean, when you're competing under pressure so much, you have to have a lot of that downtime.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, oh, look at these.
I know I spent a lot of years playing poker and travelled all over the world doing it, and also did it for a living for a couple of years. And yeah, you're under a lot of pressure a lot of the time, so you have to have that downtime and enjoy good times with friends. Otherwise, it'll just drive you mad.
I actually met a friend of mine in Vegas when I was playing over there when I got to the final. He's a professional poker player. He's a very good player. I actually think he's the most successful player in Britain.
Do I know him?
Sam Trickett.
Oh, I know Sam Trickett, yeah. Well, I say I know Sam Trickett. I mean, I've met him a couple of times. So.
He's a good pool player as well, you know.
Is he?
Very good, yeah. He invited me to a party at one of the hotels. It was just madness.
Yeah, no, I mean, Sam is, beyond question. I mean, he basically found his home in Macau.
Yeah,
and,
I think he won the Aussie Millions, didn't he? His first ever tournament.
But I mean, he went out to Macau and they play absolute nosebleed levels. You know, like it's not unusual because he's playing against billionaire businessmen, Chinese businessmen, and it's not unusual for them to be playing games with $500,000 each, you know, on the table. It's he found his home there, and he was one of the players very, very successful in that game. Won an enormous amount of money. Very, very good player. Very good cash game player. But I've sort of a good friend of mine was a professional poker player, sponsored by Betfair, and we used to go out to Vegas a lot. Every year for the World. His name's John Tabatabai. He's
oh yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
So John's godfather to. He's been away from the game for a few years now, but he came second in the World Series of Poker Europe back in 2007, and that kind of kick-started his career. And then he was sponsored by Betfair, along with they had ambassadors. They had Teddy Sheringham doing football, and one of the Pipe, I think, doing horse racing, so on and so forth. And John was poker, so they used to pay for him to go out to Vegas, and I used to go share a room with him. We used to have some great parties over there. Crazy.
Yeah, it's a mad place.
Oh, it's amazing. And I think I went out for about 13 years running.
10-10.
It is indeed. Hill, another Hill game.
One rack for the money. Craig just messing with his fingernails, biting his fingernails. Another toilet break. I think it's getting a little bit silly with these toilet breaks, Nick. Yeah. They've had about 5 in this match.
Oh, it's crazy, yeah.
And nothing against a toilet break, especially like 10-all. But I think 5's a little bit too much when you're playing 20 racks of pool.
So, John, just going back to John, well, while we're on break, he's of Persian descent, and he got very friendly with Antonio Fondieri, who's a very well-known American poker player. And Antonio, he's always done well out of poker, but he won the £1 million entry a couple of years ago, and about 18 million quid. And we went out to Vegas, and I was lucky enough to go around his place a couple of times, and he's got a huge apartment overlooking the Strip. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's a different world, isn't it?
Oh, it's just incredible. Yeah. They just ring up a limo driver and get taken around the VIP entrance of the clubs, and it's another planet altogether.
I remember a few years ago, me and Jason Shaw was in Vegas, and this guy tried to pull us in off the street to this club, telling us he knew Mike Tyson and this, that and the other.
Yeah.
And we went in this club, we didn't believe a word he said. He bought us drinks all night, and the next thing you know, he's got his phone out, Mike Tyson. We're like, you're joking me.
Goodness.
What a break this is. Oh my word. What a break. Can you ask for an easier clearance to win a match?
No.
Well, if he doesn't finish here,
barring a kick,
he can only blame himself. He's overrun it. He's all right, but he's overrun it. Needs to land the right side of the yellow here. Perfect.
Well, Shane will be absolutely distraught. He's
Oh,
had so
what's
many-
he done? Oh, my word. Nearly potted the cue ball.
He's just had a little smile and a word to the crowd.
I think he needs to go see a doctor after this match.
He's never loses his humour. Is great.
Nice and easy, innit? He should make this.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Shane.
Well, that's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
both players had plenty of chances in that match.
They definitely did. I mean, that was a really good close game. Great gritty affair. Lots of good pull, but lots of mistakes in there as well. It had just about everything. But it's Craig Lakin who comes away the victor, and Shane Thompson, who goes across the losers round. He'll be very upset about that. Next game on stream. Next game on stream is going to be Jake McCartney versus Carl O'Donoghue. So that's a real mouth-watering game. Be our first look at the Australian Jake McCartney, and Carl O'Donoghue we know, and he's such a great player to watch, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's actually due to start at 10:30. I don't expect to be too much before that by the time we've got things set up, but we might be able to nick 15 minutes. We'll have to see. There's going to be an interview. Lee Kendall's going to be in the interview box with Mr. Lakin any second, which should be entertaining, so stick around for that. Again, thanks so much to Chris. Thanks for your time. And
Thanks,
well,
Nick.
Great game to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
love
really
being
good fun.
involved in that match.
Yeah.
Like to see the ones that go all the way, just to see the pressure and see how they handle it. Obviously, with that clearance, you can't really judge the pressure situation. But then again, he nearly scratched in the side pocket, so he was feeling it.
Yeah. And for yourself, you've got the rest of the night off now, so you can.
Yeah, unfortunately,
you're gonna-
obviously, Darren's had to go home, so I'm going to get myself a little chicken curry.
Oh yeah, maybe have a beer with it.
No beer when I play.
No beer.
Beer afterwards.
Yeah, I've got to play till tomorrow. You're right now.
Yeah, I don't drink when I'm playing. Never have, never will.
I don't blame you. That's good. Good discipline. Well, as I say, it's been a pleasure, and we'll look forward to seeing you in action sometime tomorrow in the winners round 2.
Cheers, Nick. Thanks very much.
All the
Thanks,
best.
everyone.
Thanks, Chris. We'll see you all soon for Jake McCartney versus Carl O'Donoghue.
Good win that, mate. You look under pressure all the way and you're not too well as well.
Yeah, well, firstly, I'd like to apologise to everyone that watched it and the commentators. Literally, we was both terrible. Shane should have put me out there probably 11-2, 11-3. I think I just kind of dragged him down to my standard, because Shane always plays to a high standard. I've come in the event really ill, not expecting anything, so I'm thinking if I can just keep dragging my way through, dragging players down, and that's what I've got to do, honestly. But I just, being at 10-all, then I turn around before the frame and I says I'm guaranteed to break and dish. I should never be in this match, and it's a certainty.
It's strange how it comes out if you don't put somebody away.
Yeah, exactly, and like vice versa, if I was him, I'd be kicking myself massively because he just literally chucked the game away. Nice guy, Shane, but he must be really annoyed
He'd be
losing
annoyed
that.
with himself. But
Yeah.
you won, you through to the next round. You think you're going to be getting any better with your illness, or?
I don't know, I've had a few drinks, try and settle myself. It's not really helped, to be honest. I've got Mick next, I think, Mick Hill, so tournament favourite.
Right.
playing like that, it's probably going to be a long match. Well, probably a short match, but
Well, you need to drag him down a lot then, Matt.
yeah.
If you're struggling.
If I turn up and break well and I play well, I'm confident I can beat him.
Of course you can.
But
It's a game of pool where,
there's a lot of improvement needed, but like I say, I'm still in and
I think with the balls that break well on the new cloths and the short rack,
definitely.
it's a leveller.
There's literally, apart from this venue, I break terrible. Coming here, I break as good as anyone. Whereas normally in the other venues, because of the racks and the new cloths you have on the tables, they make the breaks play so well.
Yeah.
Whereas everywhere else, I can't make a ball. I literally, every match I'm struggling. Here, I feel like I can compete with any player because I can split the balls like everyone else. And that's a big factor in the game.
And you can finish well, so then when you've got firepower, that helps.
Yeah, potting's the easy part. I think the breaking is the hardest part, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's a good win. Good luck against Mick in the next round.
thank you, Lee.
And the next match will be on at 10 o'clock, I think it is. So good luck, and we'll tune in soon.